Hello, it's Andy Ewens from FormaServe here once again. Today I'm going to be giving you a demo of our FMTD product. So what is Making Tax Digital for Value Added Tax, or for short, MTD for VAT? This is an HMRC directive. If you run a VAT registered business with a taxable turnover above the VAT registration threshold, which is currently £85,000, you are required to keep digital VAT business records and send them returns using Make Tax Digital MTD compatible software. Businesses need to do this for VAT periods that started on or after the 1st of April 2019. Businesses with a taxable turnover below the VAT threshold can also sign up for MTD for VAT voluntary. Our software, called FMTD, has been approved by HMRC as being MTD ready. Our solution runs on the IBM i server. It is not cloud-based, it is not an app that runs on a mobile or a tablet, it is solely IBM i. We have developed a bridging solution that sits alongside the IBM i financials, where it is possible to import VAT figures using either an API call, a CSV file in the integrated file system, the IFS, or a data area. We developed this solution as a bridging solution that sits alongside your existing financial application. This makes our software independent of the financial package you are using. Version 3 of FMTD has an import function to grab VAT figures from an exported CSV file, using Sage for example. Version 3 was released in September 2019. The user interface for our product is an internet browser. Let me take you through the browser options we have here. This is the home page, which is a landing page where you can access all the HMRC VAT functions within our application. You can see from the URL that it points to our IBM i server. In this example, we are using port 3003. This is configurable, so if this port is not available in your system, maybe being used by another application, we can configure FMTD to use another port. Let's take a look at the menu options. As we said, this is our home page. Next, we have the upload function. This is used to import files into FMTD. Then we have the returns page, which is used to submit your VAT figures. Next is the liabilities function, which we can see if we have any liabilities with HMRC. Then we have the payments page, which is used to show our VAT payments. Next is our history page, which shows all the details of our FMTD history. Then we have the settings page, where we configure FMTD. So we could configure here if we're using another port. The next one is the help function. So if you've got any problems with FMTD, have a look in there first, see if we can answer your question. In this example, we have a new user option. This is only used for developers creating a new user for HMRC, so we don't need to go into that. Let us go through each of these options. Let us show you the upload button. In the upload button, we can import a file whose figures contain your VAT return figures. For those of you that are familiar with the previous method of submitting your returns to HMRC, this file includes all the values for the 9 VAT boxes. The first thing we notice on this screen is that the upload and process button is disabled. This is disabled because we have not yet selected a file to import our figures into. If you know the name of the file to import, you can just enter the details in the input box here, or if you don't know the name, you can double click it and it will bring up the file open box. You can see here we can only select CSV files, so the import must be via a CSV file. So let us select one of these CSV files just to show you a demonstration. Once we're happy with that, we can press open. And now we can see that the file has actually been selected. So let's go on and process that file. If we do upload and process, and now we get an informational message back saying that the file has been processed into FMTD. Let us select the returns button. Right, the first thing we have to do for this function is to sign into HMRC using your existing government gateway username and password. So let's do that. And then we sign in. We now have to authorise FMTD to actually access VAT details. So we grant authority to that. And now we await for HMRC to respond. You are now connected to HMRC for all the VAT functions. In the returns page we can see any returns we have filed and any returns that are awaiting for you to submit them. Here we can see 4 returns, 3 of them have a status of filed, with the last one of a status of open. Let us click view for the first file return. So this now goes away to HMRC's and gets the figures for that filed return. So here now we can see our 9 figures, our 9 boxes that were submitted to HMRC with the values down the right hand side. To get back to the returns page, we can either click the browser back button or we can go to returns. This time we're going to select the button where it has a status of open, so we're going to press the submit button on this record. We now see the submit screen with the usual 9 VAT boxes. These figures have been picked up by either the upload function we previously saw or by one of the other methods to import VAT figures into, whether it's an API call, a data area or a CSV file. Once we are happy with these figures, we press the submit button. Once the details have been submitted, we get a reply back from HMRC. So from here we can see the date and time it was processed, the form bundle number, any charge reference number and the payment indicator. So these are the details you will need if you have to go back to HMRC. Firstly, good luck with that, but the form bundle number is the main one really when you need to talk to them, which they'll be interested in. What we also have here is the payment details. So it says your payment was successful and the amount you have to pay to HMRC and the date there as well. The next one we need to show you is the liabilities page. So we click on the liabilities menu option. It's going away to HMRC now, and it shows up all the liabilities we have with them. So we can easily see from this screen the amount of liabilities we have, what we have outstanding with HMRC. So now we've shown you the liabilities, let's take you on to the next one, which is our payments. Click on the payments menu option. Again, it's going away to HMRC and it's come back, and now we can see all the payments that we've actually made. The next one to show you is the history page. Let's click on that. Right, the history page and the home page are the only pages that don't actually communicate with HMRC. So all the information you can see on this page, the history page, is actually stored on your IBM i. So it gives us a complete history of all the submissions we've done with HMRC and the date they were supplied. So we can see when they were processed, the payment indicator, form bundle number. Charge reference number is not always provided by HMRC, so that's why sometimes they're blank. The due date and the amount due. So all your history will be shown here. If we've got more than 10 entries here, we can see here down the bottom here we're showing page 1 to 10 of 52 entries. If we want to see all the entries or a lot more entries, we can just use the show entries drop down and then it will show us all of those. If we go back and we only want to show you the last 10, it will show you the most recent one at the top of the list, so the history goes backwards. And also we've got a search button, So we could search for absolutely anything on this screen. Not only the records that are being displayed, but the whole 52 entries there. So if we was looking for a form bundle number of say 88, just press 88 and it automatically selects all the form bundles now where we've got 88 in them. So we didn't have to actually specify that, it does that automatically for us. So let's just get rid of that. We want to see all the records again, we just delete it. And we've also got paging down the bottom. So we've got paging numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So you can select each of those if you want to go into those directly. So all very nice and quick, nice and easy to read. The next option to show you is the settings page. Let's click into that. From this page, the user can only change the company name and VAT number. All of the rest of the settings you see here are maintained by FormaServe. So if you need to change any of those, drop us a note, give us a call, and we'll change them for you. And the last page we need to show you is our help page. This shows you all the documents that we have. At the moment we've got 4 there, VAT overview, interface specification, technical specification and version history. If you need to open any of these documents, just click on the button next to the document name and it will open up in a new tab, so we don't lose our navigation. Going back to FMTD, we've also included a button that goes to HMRC's status of MTD. So this will show you if they're having any problems at the moment. So it says there's a full service availability at the moment and there's some planned downtime as well. Going back to FMTD, the last thing to show you is our FAQs. So there's a list of questions there. Click on the link and it will give you an answer. Well, that concludes our FMTD demo. Hopefully this has given you an insight into how our VAT product works. Get in touch with us if you have any questions or have any enhancements you think will improve your MTD experience. Thank you for getting this far.